Everywhere you look, there's some YouTube polyglot or shiny new language learning app telling you that you can get fluent fast, learn Spanish with one 5-minute lesson a day, or have conversations with native speakers in 3 weeks. And then here comes Dreaming Spanish saying it takes 1,500 hours to learn Spanish. It's no surprise that one of the most common criticisms I see of the Dreaming Spanish method online is that it's slow. But the reality is that Dreaming Spanish is not slow, it's honest. And it's this radical honesty that drew me to Dreaming Spanish in the first place and helped motivate me to keep going. 2.5 years ago, I couldn't speak or understand any Spanish. Now, thanks to Dreaming Spanish, I can effortlessly watch Spanish TV shows and movies, can read Spanish books, and can hold extended conversations with native Spanish speakers on a wide range of topics. Before finding DS, I had tried learning many times. I took multiple years of Spanish in school. I tried using Duolingo, Rosetta Stone, and Pimsleur. I tried working my way through Spanish textbooks like Madrigals and Easy Spanish Step by Step, and I always gave up on them before experiencing any real progress. Their promises of unrealistic fast results were part of the reason why. When they told me that they would help me learn Spanish fast and that wasn't happening for me, I came to the conclusion that I just wasn't capable of learning Spanish. I thought maybe I wasn't smart or disciplined enough to do it and gave up. But when I found the Dreaming Spanish method and it straight up told me that the process just takes a ton of time, it felt like such a relief, like, oh, this actually is possible, it just takes a while. At the start, I was skeptical. I was fully prepared to give up on Dreaming Spanish like I had with every other method. But as I watched the super beginner level videos, which use pictures and gestures to make them comprehensible even to someone who knows zero Spanish, I could feel myself absorbing the language and was hooked. And knowing that the road ahead was a really long one was comforting rather than demoralizing, because instead of anxiously awaiting drastic progress that wasn't coming, I was pleasantly surprised by the gradual progress that I was feeling. And as I was able to slowly wean off of the Dreaming Spanish videos themselves and switch to TV shows and YouTube videos in Spanish, it became a part of my daily routine. I was no longer studying Spanish, I was just living. I've since completed the Dreaming Spanish roadmap and am way better at Spanish than I ever thought was possible. I'm nowhere near perfect and I'm still improving a little bit each day, but I'm really proud of how far I've come, and I wouldn't have gotten here without Dreaming Spanish. When I look back at the last couple of years, it feels like they went by in the blink of an eye. Except now I can speak Spanish. For me, Dreaming Spanish was significantly faster at getting me the results I wanted than other methods I tried because I actually stuck with it. Over the years, I've met lots of people who have tried or were trying to learn Spanish, and while almost everyone I've met who had long Duolingo streaks, who took classes for years in school, or who studied grammar and could name the different tenses doesn't speak Spanish, all of the people I've met who have spent 1,500 hours following the Dreaming Spanish method do. Inevitably, when you bring this up, critics of Dreaming Spanish point out that the people doing DS are spending significantly more time overall, so better results are to be expected. And that's true. Someone who spends 2 years watching hours of Dreaming Spanish every day is objectively putting in way more time than someone who just does a couple Duolingo lessons here and there. But that total time disparity is not evidence that the Dreaming Spanish method is slow, it's evidence that it's sustainable. It's way easier for most people to spend lots of time watching entertaining videos than it is for them to do Duolingo, Babbel, Rosetta Stone, or study grammar. The Dreaming Spanish method easily fits into the flow of your life and makes getting the hours in the path of least resistance rather than something you have to choose to do every time. I've always watched or listened to TV shows, podcasts, or YouTube videos while cooking, cleaning, showering, commuting, while lying in bed before getting up for the day and before falling asleep. I've always wasted time on the computer. The 1,500 hours I spent watching videos in Spanish that critics of Dreaming Spanish treat as some enormous time investment is time I would have spent watching random stuff anyway. So when I hear people say that Dreaming Spanish is slow, I always wonder, compared to what? Compared to the variety of methods that I and most other people try to use and then give up on? Compared to the methods that people do for a little bit every day without actually making the progress they want? Compared to the extremely rigorous and stressful magical methods laid out by self-proclaimed polyglots in YouTube videos where they try to sell you their course? If you're worried about starting the Dreaming Spanish method because of how enormous 1,500 hours feels, just remember that the time is going to pass anyway. You can spend it cycling through a variety of different theoretically faster methods that cause you to burn out or feel demotivated, or you can spend it actually learning Spanish.